So this is our main Neelum tree. Last year it broke a large branch in this section of the tree because there was so much fruit hanging on it. Just the weight of the fruit was enough to break the branch. So this is our oldest Neelum tree. Small tree with a large crop. And this whole branch couldn't hold the number of mangoes that had formed on it. And unfortunately, we didn't get around to cutting some of them off, thinning the crop. So this is what we're dealing with right now. So of course, this year, my big intention was to thin all of the fruit. And I've actually thinned a lot of the fruit, but not enough. You know, there's a big correlation between the size of the fruit and how many are hanging on a panicle. You know, sometimes you get puny fruit all alone, but generally larger fruit are like the only ones on a panicle. So I was looking for ripe fruit the other day, and I saw this wonderful one. It's nearly on the ground over here. So here's the fruit that I saw, and I left it because I found it very interesting. This fruit is a lot bigger than the other fruit on the tree. And it came off of this little skinny branch. Now this is why you need to make sure your branches don't get too long. From this point, it's like 5 feet that the weight of just this fruit pulled this whole branch down. So that was the first bad news. The second bad news is we have this very large fruit, and because it brushes against the ground, it's rotten on the bottom. So with Neelum, there's the rotten part. You gotta thin the fruit and make sure the branches don't get too long. So the only green part of this branch is right way down here. This is dead. This looks pretty much dead. A little bit of green over there. And this lower one is green. So what I'm going to do, instead of just cutting it back to here, I'm going to cut this branch all the way back to a fairly healthy branch. And hopefully, if it shoots up, it'll go toward the sun, and we can make sure that it doesn't happen, that this doesn't happen again. But this is very thin branch, very long branch. So this fruit was the only one on a long branch, none others on the panicle or on that branch. And then we have all these small fruit, same tree, and I'm guessing at this point they're about 1/4 the size of this fruit. So remember, thin your fruit and trim your branches.